Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah from Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest celebrity news, reality TV, all the things. Oh my God. First of all, still a scratchy throat, so I apologize for that. I just realized how much I think I own I used to own more Adidas. All I think about when I see Adidas is y'all telling me that Kelly Dodd had an Adidas deal, which I don't believe at all. There's no way that girl had an Adidas deal. But now when I put this on, I was like, what the hell? But it's like overcast here. So I know when I go take my walk, I'm going to want a long sleeve shirt. And I don't have that many long sleeve workout shirts. Anyways, hello, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic Friday. I feel okay. This talking with this raspy voice is so annoying. It's exhausting. But I have a kid that just has almost no voice. They have to whisper. It is so bad. It's exhausting for them to talk. So, anyways, but they were tested for COVID, negative. They were tested for the flu. It was negative. They were tested for strep throat. It was negative. They were tested for mono because mono is going around the school and it was negative. But they had 101 fever, which they had not had. And so they prescribed her antibiotics and albuterol. Yes, albuterol for bronchitis. So I guess bronchitis is just a bad cold that gets into your lungs, and she's got the bad cough. So I don't have that cough. I don't have the headache she has, the congestion, the fever. I don't have any of that. But this crazy raspy voice is driving me crazy. Oh my God, they were from the Bay Area? Okay. What Kelly Dodd didn't realize, and somebody reminded me, an OG chumpette. So when I started my account, my fan account that was originally called Jeff Lewis Stalker, which I had approved by Jeff Lewis. We thought it was funny. It was an inside joke with Jeff Lewis fans. And then I changed it to Jeff Lewis Obsessed. So I started Jeff Lewis Stalker, I think summer of 2022. And Instagram, Facebook, all the things, mostly Instagram. And when I changed it to Jeff Lewis Stalker and upset, I was getting blocked all the time, banned and shadow banned and in trouble. So somebody told me that I needed a backup account because you will get blocked on Instagram or whatever. You get in trouble on Instagram for saying things, whatever. And so I created a backup group. It literally is my same name. So when I changed the name January 2024 to Sarah from Texas podcast, that backup name was also changed to Sarah from Texas podcast backup. Okay. Haven't even thought about it. It wasn't even attached to my Instagram anymore. Like you can what do you call it? You can go to two different, what do you call it? Where's my Instagram? Okay. You can hit this. And now I learned because I attached it, my backup one. So look, can you even see that? Sarah from Texas backup. Okay. So I have 395 followers, very few, whatever. I follow 13 over there. It literally has 3 posts. But I realized, hold on, that I'm not blocked by Kelly Dodd over there. Because somebody texted me or DM me and said, wait, remember that backup account you have? You can look at, because I'm like, they kept saying, oh, good, go look at these people's with your Finsta. I'm like, I don't have a Finsta. I barely have time for Insta, much less Finsta. So why she blocked, so I can view her stuff as of yesterday, or all the time, I guess, as my backup. But I've got to delete this off my thing again because it's too easy. If you hit a button once or twice, I reposted a story of Rick Leventhal yesterday to my backup account. I was like, oh my God, the video of Rick Leventhal that y'all sent me where he's got the video of the doctor behind him. And he is defending his wife, God bless him. He loves him some Kelly. But he's saying everything negative about the doctor that Kelly has done to the doctor. Maybe the doctor has also done it, but definitely it was just like pot kettle black. but I posted that to my backup account. I'm like, what the fudge? So I am not a good faker. I'm not a good Finsta person. So I've got to delete that off my thing. But anyways, I say that to say, as of today, when she blocked me forever ago from Sarah from Texas or Jeff Lewis Obsessed, wherever she blocked me from, it would come up. If she searched Sarah from Texas, it would say Sarah from Texas podcast backup underneath it. So why she didn't block me from my backup, I don't know. But come to think of it, I wonder if other people, if I'm blocked on that. Anyways, that is definitely something I want to chat. And if anyone wants to come on live with a question or comment, just copy this into your, Google or Chrome or whatever you have, Safari, and it will instantly come up. It is just like a Zoom basically. But I definitely want to chat about that. And definitely Beverly Hills that I just finished, like shocking ending. That I get spoilers all the time and I hate it from social media, but this was not a spoiler. I had never heard that Eric and Jane had a domestic violence relationship recently, like after Tom. So that was shocking to me. Oh my God, I love that. Maria says, hello from snowy Pasadena, California. And if y'all don't know, then you don't watch Beverly Hills. Ooh, Diamond Cutter wants to come on. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. So another thing I want to talk about is what Charlie just said is, I wonder if Jeff is going to pull away. Why didn't I put up our comments? Hold on. I wonder if Jeff is going to pull away from Kelly Dodd after all this has happened. I doubt it. So someone just told me yesterday in a DM that Jeff Lewis talked about a dinner that he had recently with Andy Cohen in New York City. I'd kind of forgotten that Andy Cohen is an executive producer, which is like your boss of Still Flipping Out. So earlier this week, whenever I watched The Smash, Kelly was bragging about, being on this TV show. And then I made a video saying she's returning to reality TV because she is. She's already filmed Still Flipping Out and she's going to film more in February. So for months, she'd been begging, oh, Jeff, have us on your show, redo our kitchen, So maybe the new kitchen and the refrigerator that she showed the other day, it was a fancy, refrigerator. Maybe that's his work. Maybe that's what they just did on Still Flipping Out. I don't know. She's so not good with secrets. I don't know how she would keep it a secret. So anyways, okay, let's see what Diamond Cutter wants to say. Hold on. Is it working?
Hey.
Hey, girlfriend. How's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good. What's up?
Oh, not much. So I was listening to Dana Wilkie this morning, and she said that she thinks she knows who Erika Jane was talking about.
Oh, I wondered if someone was going to figure it out because
girl, it was
pictures or videos or social media. Who is someone famous?
She thinks it's Armie Hammer.
Oh,
because wow. She said that when all this supposedly happened or whatever, apparently Erika she said, if you look back on her Instagram and stuff, you can see she was kind of like in this BDSM club. Like she was going to a lot of the BDSM parties and
what's BDSM? Beating people?
Yeah, kind of like dominatrix. I think it's like dominatrix. I think that's what it is. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's like. But there apparently Armie was okay. So she was neighbors with Armie. He was living in the neighbor's house. He was living in their clubhouse or something like that. Anyway, they were neighbors and they were like into it. And she has said before that Armie didn't follow by the rules with the BDSM. So
did she say that? I'm typing Erika Jane and Armie Hammer dating to see if there was any rumors about that. Okay, there's something about, are they neighbors? Okay, that sounds like it could be in 3 times. The look, thank you for that information. You're so awesome. Yeah. Was there anything else you wanted to add?
Yeah, and I just I don't know, I saw an interview with Armie Hammer with, do you remember Jill that used to be on Good Day, like a Good Morning America in California? She was on the news. Her name was Jillian. I can't remember. She got cancer. Yes. Okay.
She used to come on Jeff Lewis Live.
Yes. Well, she had an interview. She went to Army's house, her and Heather Locklear. They're good friends. So they went to Army's house, and she was like talking about what kind of like is in an alley. You have to go through this alley, very sketchy where he lives, a little small. And I watched the interview with them, and I had heard about the cannibalism part of his, that's all I knew him from, just from that story. But yeah, so watching that interview, it just surprised me that because he talked about his ex-wife and how they co-parent their children and how involved in their life he is, and just like how he has tried to rebuild his life from those stories. So I don't know, just by judging by that interview, I was like thinking, okay, well, this is strange. If he really did something like that, considering the interview I saw, he was talking about how long it's taken him to get back, on his feet and stuff. So it just kind of like, well, would he really do that? So I don't know. That's just what. Do you ever watch Dana Wilkie?
Yeah, I've seen her, and I think we did each other's podcast. I've definitely talked to her. And
yeah. I think she's mentioned you before.
I think we both did each other's podcast, but I honestly cannot even remember.
So anyway, that's what I heard this morning when I was watching her. I just wanted to tell you that.
She's the $25,000 sunglasses, Beverly Hills.
Yes.
Okay, oh my God. Well, thank you so much.
Welcome.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye, girlfriend. Wow. So that totally makes sense. But the way that is my thing look different? I've got like a camera over here for some reason. Hide vertical. Okay. The way that Sutton was shocked. Okay, we will definitely chat about that for sure. Oh, wait, Kelly Dodd bullied Jillian Barbary also? Oh my gosh. Wait, how Kelly? Okay. Simply Beautiful says, reminding everybody to give the thumbs up because this is the best scoop and scooping vlog. Thank you. I don't know about that, but thank you. Okay, let's chat. Kelly Dodd, I definitely want to hear your thoughts on all of her products that keep getting, or her brand deals that keep, separating themselves from her and coming out saying, we do not work with her, whatever. The same day that she was promoting like crazy on Wednesday. Like it was an infomercial for 21 or however long that one was. Crazy for sure. I definitely wanted to hear your thoughts. If you think Andy Cohen as an executive producer and just in general, like how all of this cancel culture happens with celebrities or even, CEOs of companies, the people that were, what was that, the HR lady at the Coldplay concert, that lady quit her job and all this stuff. Anyone that's friends with her or neighbors, how people treat you when you're canceled or when you're not famous anymore, how that affects you. Because someone told me that on Heather McDonald's Patreon comments, so I guess Patreon's like a message board, that the other day she's already said that Jill Zarin is not doing well and that she's not going to talk about her. She's not going to discuss this story. And as you know, Heather McDonald will discuss anything. You know what I mean? Like she is going to, if it's for ratings and a, view, she's going to discuss it no matter if it's her friend, but she is friends with Jill Zarin and said that she's not doing well. So I said that immediately that I was worried about Jill. And then late last night I was up and I was just like, I wonder what things are going on at her house. Like, is Allie upset with her, her daughter? Is her boyfriend Gary upset with her? Her mom and dad are very old and getting, medical issues and such. And she's very close with them. It doesn't matter how I feel about what she said. She's a human. And I, quote, know her from TV and her social media. I've met her in person once, maybe twice. And I just care about anyone that's potentially devastated about something like this because I assume she already has money. She already has fame. She's in her 60s. She's got a healthy daughter. She's got a great relationship. She still has her parents. It makes me sad that if it's true what Heather McDonald said, that she's not doing well. I mean, I'm not saying she should be like, woo, this is awesome. I think she should have apologized and said, I'm going to learn and I'm okay that I'm kicked off the TV show. That is my repercussion. and move on, and maybe take 5 or 6 days off from posting and go back to it again. Whatever you want to post, like you do you, boo. Nobody's going to change Jill Zarin's opinions at this point in her life. Maybe, but not deep to your core. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, Steffi says, so are they still saying things about her? So Jill Zarin's stepkids, well, I guess it would be Bobby's grandson has definitely come out, and he's the one that put the big red X on Jill Zarin's face on Zarin Fabric's Instagram. And that was not AI. That was him coming on. I think he's been on Reddit, and he was like, I'll verify. And I'm like, honey, I guess we assume it is you. You know what I mean? Y'all know all the Kelly Dodd history. Like, y'all have reminded me everything. I watched her for a while and just got out of it. She's such low-hanging fruit because she's so vile and disgusting and low when she goes after people, and high and mighty and braggish, and this best friend and this rich friend and this yacht and this. Even her saying the other day, people are too poor. What was she saying? Something about people being too poor to buy, to go to her plastic surgeon and stuff. And I'm like, what are you trying to say? That nobody can buy the products you're hawking because the haters are poor? That's what she was saying. The haters are poor. They're too poor. I don't know about that. I mean, so many of y'all DM me like, I live here. I own this. I am her neighbor. I'm not poor. And yet I don't like or disagree with anything that Kelly Dodd says. So I think the fact that all these Bravo celebrities got into it and were backing the doctor when the doctor and Kelly Dodd were fighting, which I think they've calmed down, right? Anyways, I for a few reasons, I unfollowed the doctor last night. I've been having conversations with other people in the DMs recently. I had seen her content myself. It was also a lot of content. And I was like, oh my gosh, I only follow on Instagram, not very many, 30 maybe, 31 people on Instagram that I follow. Bravo and Cocktails posts enough. Like, it's a lot, but it's usually good stuff. So I want to see it. The doctor was posting a lot, and I just didn't vibe with some things. Anywho, what was my point in that? I don't even know. I would say I'm on medicine, but I'm only on mucus medicine, these little blue pills to bring up the nastiness that might be in there. Oh, Dolly Girl says, thank you for unfollowing. I thought you might not agree, or I thought you might not support all of that. I unfollowed too. I mean, wait, when? Sandy says, Rick and Kelly went off on the doctor today. I haven't seen anything. Rose says, I follow dogs on Instagram. I agree she should come out and apologize. Abso-freaking, whether it's a video of her apologizing or just words. You know what I mean? Like that she wouldn't even have to write or cry or be sad about whatever. She could fake it. She could AI it. Whatever she needs to do. She should definitely be saying something. And I don't think she'll ever have the opportunity again. I think that was her last ditch effort. Sounds like from Kelly Dodd that Jill was behind this entire reboot of Roni, The Golden Life. And she had been hawking it to all sorts of networks and pitching it. So I don't think she'll ever have an opportunity again. And I think that is devastating. I really do. I'm really concerned for her. I think that is devastating for her. But I don't think she'll get the chance to ever come back to reality TV, which was her life goal, it seemed. Don't Start Nothing says, well, Jill Zarin doesn't feel miserable enough to apologize or show some remorse. She's like a cockroach and will survive a nuclear apocalypse if needed. She's fine, just very pissed off about the situation. Yeah, I don't know if she's fine, though. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Charlie says, I only want a real apology, not a fake apology. That's the thing. All these people get canceled and they they AI or they hire a crisis management team to say exactly what they need to say, they don't mean it. You can't change your gut core beliefs in a day or two. She said some really unbelievable things. I was more shocked. I was not shocked. The people that followed her, which I didn't even follow Jill, I'm like, how are you shocked that she believes that way? I wasn't shocked. I was shocked she said it out loud and posted it and then deleted it and then as a stories and then reposted it as a reel so people could comment and share and like, and it blew up in her face. I said it last week when it happened. I truly believe she meant that. I don't think it was pre-planned or conceived. I think she just said it in the moment. She doesn't even drink. She's not a big drinker. She drinks Diet Coke. But she said, I think when she said it, even her boyfriend is trying to like tell her, stop, Jill, you're going to get canceled. Like we can say that to each other, but don't say that on your social media. You know what I mean? And she was like, I don't care. I don't care. Let them unfollow me. I think she thought all of her fans who do agree with her, don't get me wrong, half the country-ish might agree with one or two things she said, but maybe not the depths of it, the harshness of it, the rudeness of it. And the fact that she thought they were going to support her publicly and they were like, oh, hell no, I'm not getting, you know what I mean? Louise says, I followed Jill Zarin and I was shocked when I saw the story right after she did it and then thought, oh, glad she deleted it. And then she posted it. Yeah. Melissa says she did a poll. Yes, I saw her when that poll was done. There was like 4,000 people voted already. Because when she was posting live during the halftime show, I was actually still at a party with my husband. So I was not on my phone looking at her. So I missed those stories live. When we got home after the halftime show, which we were only like 10 minutes from our friend's party, soon after is when I saw the reel. And I was just like, and I saw the comments. I'm like, girl. And then she had a poll. So Melissa said she did a poll and the poll was heavily against her. And I think when she realized, oh shit, I messed up. I'm told by a pretty reliable source that spilled the beans to somebody that spilled the beans to me. I mean, that Allie, her daughter, is the one that told her to take it down. Yes, Cheryl, she posted 2 different Instagram stories ranting about the Super Bowl. And those are stories that nobody can see the comments. Nobody can, well, you can share a story now, but anyways, no one really does. You can't, no one can see your public stuff. If you comment on it, it goes as a DM to Jill. And those disappear in 24 hours. Then she took those down and then put it up as a reel, which is public and stays up forever in theory, and people can comment and post. Diamond Cutter says, but who cares? She probably didn't mean it. Wait, what do you mean? Kelly's always so insensitive to other people. Not a good look. Rick did himself no favors marrying her, especially for his career. Somebody just shared the video with me. I guess it was from August last year, maybe. Y'all are the best sleuths ever, by the way. Y'all chumpettes really share it all with me, okay? But I think it was August, but I'm forgetting. I'm not caught up with my DMs. Like I said, I don't feel 1,000%. And I went out last night with some friends and to this event, and then we went to coffee. We'll talk about the $75 charcuterie later. And oh shit, I forgot what I was saying. Shit fire. What was I saying? Oh, that Rick, a video of Rick signing over the deed to the house in the Hamptons. So like, I guess his kids weren't going to get any of that money, which I don't know. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Kimberly J says he's leaving her soon, but I've been saying that for 2 years. My opinion, Kelly would leave him before Rick would ever leave her. And I don't think Kelly's going anywhere because she likes the comfort. She likes the security. They hang out a lot. You know what I mean? I don't think she wants to be single again. I don't think she likes keeping her body a size 2-4 and all the nip and tucks and, you know, whatever. I think she likes his I think she likes a lot of things about him, and I think she doesn't like a lot of things about him. It's kind of obvious, right? It's funny how, like, when the world is against him right now, how they like kissed on the camera the other day and they were acting all whatever. I was like, whatever. Cheryl says, who signed over a Hampton home? Rick signed over the deed to the Hampton home to Kelly Dodd last year. So, hey, Michelle, the dogs are saying hello. The only drama here is one dog didn't want their glands done. No other drama. Well, Luna is right beside me, and she does not like her anal glands being expressed either. But boy, I do not like smelling anal glands in my bedroom. I mean, if somebody would reminded me that every dog expresses anal glands, I don't remember this smell as from the 2 dogs I had as a kid and teenager. But boy, it's a really, really disgusting smell. Louise says he will never leave her. Yeah, y'all let me know if you think Rick will ever leave, or if Kelly will ever leave, or they'll just, one person will first. And Rick is older. Oh, Simply Beautiful says Rick is very controlling and he has his foot on Kelly Dodd's neck. I mean, not enough. He needs to be shutting her mouth, taking her phone with him, to on vacation or where he was going to work. Okay, what else? Okay, I did make a video this morning, and I really do want to have a discussion about this. We won't do it much here, but I'm not going to delete the video because I'm not a delete the video kind of person, act like I never posted it, what have you. What I maybe should have said is if the term Karen that started to me years ago, I remember some lady in Central Park had a dog off a leash and somebody else was yelling at her and video recording it and all this. And that's the first video that I remember somebody saying a Karen. And in general, it was a white woman, privileged, narcissistic, not self-aware, whatever you want to call it, thinking they're better than everyone. They don't have to follow the rules. They can cut in line. They can yell at people. They can demean people. That's all bad stuff, but that's what people were calling a Karen. And I do agree that all people were saying it. Everyone was calling everyone a Karen. Nowadays, and what I saw very, 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 very recently, without narrowing it down from something I said earlier, is I'm seeing it used in a much more negative, cutting way. And so I made a video saying that I wonder if the word Karen needs to be just stopped being used by everyone because it seems very racially dividing, racially divisive. Is that the word? Anyways, but maybe I shouldn't have just said racial slur. Maybe I should have just said stop the slur, because the connotation that it has is that it's a white woman, and race tends to get brought up in a lot of things. That's just the honest truth, even in 2026. And in my comments, in other people's comments, even with the Kelly Dodd and Doctor feud of it all, people they bring race into it. They bring MAGA into it. That word, bigotry, racist, that's what the doctor was calling Kelly Dodd. And so I don't know. I still think it's become a slur that is just, I definitely shouldn't have, and I apologize for that I shouldn't have related it to the fact that, I hear music with the N word in it. And I'm like, ew, like, what are we doing? So how some people might use negative words, and then other people definitely can't use it. So I felt like the Karen slur has become very racially motivated lately, very lately. And I don't like it at all. So anyways, I apologize for that. I definitely do want to learn more about it. What I think of the word racism, because somebody did comment, said that Black people cannot be racist. And they said I didn't know the definition of racism. I'm 52 years old. I mean, to me, I think racism is about thinking you're more powerful than somebody else. And, I do think Black people could be racist. I think anybody can be racist. So I don't know that. I think they said you could be racist. You could be something else, but not racist. I don't remember what they said though. Anyways. Yeah, AMJ says for someone getting in someone's business unnecessarily. But in general, let's be clear. It's even the definition I looked up on Webster was literally, it's in general about white women, which is fine. But like I said, the video I saw and the way I see it used in comments responding to each other, it's becoming a race thing. And it's becoming too often someone of color calling a white woman it as a racially dividing thing, not as a and a you think you're better than someone. So for someone to say that a black person cannot be racist, I didn't really understand what they were trying to say. But we're not going to get into that. Okay, so I don't really do politics. I don't really do things like that. It was something I thought, and I maybe should have kept in my little brain. Kimberly J says, I haven't noticed Karen is a racial thing, but we're all from different parts of the country, so it's subjective for sure. Yeah. Oh, there is? I'd never heard of that. Simply Beautiful says there's a Karen name and Shuck Karen name, Quaren. I've never heard of that. Anyways, yeah, for sure. Don't Start Nothing says, I just feel very sorry for everyone named Karen. It can't be fun. And yes, anyone can unfortunately be racist. Sad but true. Stony says Kelly Dodd will subconsciously or consciously. I mean, if Rick, I shouldn't say this. I'll whisper it. If Rick is ever sick, I don't know if Kelly Dodd's going to give him medicine. Did I say that out loud? Kelly will subconsciously drive Rick away, staying out too much, flirting with other men, disappearing, and he'll blow his top. Somebody said that she wears her wedding ring on her right hand when she goes out in Newport, and everyone knows it. I could not fit this ring on my right hand. My right hand, because I'm right-handed, is a tad bit bigger. Not much, but I have such a big knuckle that I couldn't fit this. I mean, my wedding ring, this is from when I got engaged in when did I get engaged? 2000. I mean, I guess I could fit it. Most people have, I could fit it. I just don't want to hassle with it. I guess I could slide it over there. But anyways. Okay. Julie says a Karen to me is a busybody trying to boss others around to conform to Karen's rules. And that's absolutely one way it's been used. I'm just seeing it used in a very aggressive way lately, more than just the, funny, almost like a put down. Now it's becoming like a bully, like calling someone a Karen. It's gotten a different definition, if you ask me. And maybe that's because, social media, and you're seeing so many things out of context. Sometimes we'll see a video of someone fighting and we don't know what they'd said before to somebody else to say that. And then the story will come out. Oh, they were calling them racial slurs and they were putting down their kids. And then it triggered somebody to say really bad stuff. You know what I mean? Crazy. Okay. So last night I'm at an event that was really good. It's kind of the event that made me wonder, and I need to just stop. I need to take a nap. I saw the Bethenny Frankel video where she's like, it's an ad, it's like, it's sending you to a company that she's being paid by. But it was like, right now I've been really focusing on my health. I've made it a priority. And I'm like, you blow and go all the time. You post videos like it's 14 jobs. And then you tell me your health is a priority. So anyways, I made a little comment because last night I heard a story about how busyness is a disease and it can be inherited-ish to your kids. How crazy teenagers are obsessed with perfection. These kids are high achievers. They're stressed out about college in 8th grade, what they're going to do, how much money they're going to make, what car they're going to drive, if they're going to make varsity as a freshman, will they make the top cheerleading team as a 7-year-old? I mean, the fact that we have super competitive sports at 5 years old is crazy. There's no more t-ball practice like once a week. It's like 4 days a week. It's crazy. Kids have private lessons. I mean, for everything. SAT prep classes, tutors for everything. The stress level of being busy. Oh, I do this. My resume looks like this. I volunteer. I have a job. I'm on student council. I'm this. I'm everything. That we're doing this to kids. They're doing it to themselves. And it just made me think, yeah, I'm definitely somebody that used to do that. I'm definitely a high achiever. You know what I mean? And I have some kids that are high achievers. I have 5 kids. They're all very different. Anyway, so it was very eye-opening to hear the term that busyness, not business, busy, busy, ness, full of being busy, is a disease, and it really cracks at your health, your mental health, your physical health. People, they always say the stress makes you sick. Being super busy and over, but the fact that it's not seen as a negative thing. If somebody overeats and they're 700 pounds, we see that negative effect of overeating. If somebody's in debt from gambling, we see the negative effect. If somebody's addicted to drugs and living on the streets, we see the effects of that decision. If somebody is super busy, we're like, wow, you've got it together. Oh, I'm booked and busy. I've got this event Monday, this event Tuesday. I've got a luncheon Wednesday. I've got dinner plans then. I'm volunteering on Friday. I've definitely been that girl my whole life. In college, we had a fundraiser for Spanish club because I was in like Phi Theta Kappa of the junior college that I went to for 3 semesters, because of course that's what I do. And I was in some Spanish club or something in college. And we did a pizza fundraiser. I sold all the pizzas. I sold the top pizzas in the whole college. I mean, I'm just that girl, you know what I mean? So that's what kind of triggered me to have that reaction, because I just put it together where at this panel that I listened to last night about how it's not seen as a negative. People just pat you on the back like, oh, you're busy. You're posting all the time. You're doing all this and what have you. Wait, what? Kylo, come on and tell me. Kylo says Kelly went on and on about how she was planning her new life once she collected the life insurance payout. You. Thank you, everybody. Remind everybody to hit the, why is your thing blue? What's Command Errol Fat Turkey? Commander All Fat Turkey? Why is your thing blue and you have a wrench next to it? What does that mean? Everyone else is a black name and no wrench next to it. I don't know what that means. Hey, Illy Hill, you're able to join. Oh, Louise says, I pity Rick. Kelly has a plan. Wait, has she posted today? Does someone know? And by the way, you smashers, I'm well aware that you're going to go and tell her. We have an audience of a lot of overlapping chumpettes and smashers, and I get it. But some of y'all will probably go and tell her, oh, make sure. Okay, she hasn't blocked me from it yet, so she hasn't gotten the news yet. I don't see a story. Okay, right. This is my Kelly. This is my Sarah from Texas. What do you call it? Backup Instagram. There's no story, so she's quiet, and there's no new Instagram posts that I see. So she's either recording a 7-hour long, Patreon, which would be awesome for $5. Oh my gosh, what does G mean? What are you doing? Vicky is a personal. Oh, Vicky Gumbelson for sure. El Sharpo says Vicky Gumbelson is a perfect example of busyness. She's so exhausting and annoying. And see, she herself thinks, oh, that's good. I'm this, I'm that. I'm busy. I'm working. I'm like, relax. Even when some chumpettes and I went and saw their what do they call it? Trace Amigas, but Tamara had just bailed out. So it was Doug Buden being the host, and then Vicky and Shannon at this Houston comedy show in Houston. She was bragging about working on her laptop right before the whatever. And she just had like hand surgery. She came out, you know what I mean? Oh, for sure. Kimberly says they're diehard smashers. Good God. Oh, I'm out of water. Okay, it's 1:40 at least. I need more water. Oh, it's not a shield, it's a wrench. Simply Beautiful says the blue shield. Who has a blue shield? Means that someone has been following you for a long time. I don't see a blue shield. Anyways, Sandy says, I'm not subscribed to Rick and Kelly, but I watched today. She got so many negative comments about her rant about the doctor. Oh, but that wasn't today. She didn't go live today. Because y'all would have told me for sure. She's just saying that she's going to do a Patreon. You know what I mean? Oh, I look Scandinavian. Thank you. If that's a compliment. What else do I have to talk about? Okay, so last night, it was supposed to be 4 of us, but one bailed because it was late and she has to work today. She's an attorney. Went to this. We wanted to hang out and chat. So we Googled and we looked up a local coffee shop. And so we go to this coffee shop. It was cute. It was in a popular area of town, a fancy area of town, right in the city of Houston. And, but it wasn't like overly fancy or anything. There was no prices. There was like this little price thing. And there was a lady behind the cashier register, but then you could tell he was like the owner or a manager was standing beside there. And he took my girlfriend's order, who just got like I think she got a hot tea or a cold tea. She got a tea or something and a macaroon. And then I wanted to get some charcuterie and share it with the table. So I just said, it said meat and cheese board. That's all it said. No price. Didn't say serves to, nothing, no price, nothing. They had sandwiches, they had paninis, pastries, all the things on this sign, but no prices. Didn't even think about it because it's a coffee shop. So I order a berry hot tea. That was $5.75, normal. And then I said a meat and cheese board because then my friend said, I'm not going to eat any of it. And I said, well, okay. Then the other friend was already in the bathroom. So I was going to order enough for us both. And the lady said, do you want enough for 1, 2, 3, or 4? And I go, oh, you have a different size? She's like, yeah. I said, oh, well, enough for 4 because I didn't want it to be, no, I said enough for 3, forgetting. And I said enough for 3 because I wanted to share with everyone and not be, the serving too small. She rings up 75. It's one of those little computers, like at the ice cream store that has the, the iPad printout. It rings up $75. I was like, wait, what? I'm literally at a coffee shop. Like, it's not a fancy restaurant. There's no waiters. There's no white linen tablecloths, nothing. No men in suits. Nobody needs to pay $75 for a charcuterie board. And I said, wait, what? I said, she goes, oh yeah, that's the price. I go, oh, well then just give me 1 for 1. Cause then the other friend came up and said that she wasn't going to eat any either. She just wanted her macaroon. And that was $23.50. Now it was cute and it looked about like $23.50 at a nicer restaurant, but not a coffee bar necessarily. It was bizarre. Then they would take our stuff. Like, then he gives me my coffee and it didn't have and my tea. I got a hot tea. He didn't put a saucer underneath it or a spoon or offer me any, sweetener. And I was like, this kind of place is going to sell me a $75 meat and cheese board and they're not going to put a saucer underneath my hot tea or a spoon. It was interesting. It was so interesting. Oh, and when I asked her before I ordered, because it didn't say anything about what the meat and cheese board was, I don't like a lot of weird cheese, right? So I said, what kind of cheese is on that? She didn't even know. She had to go to the kitchen and ask. Anyways. Okay, real quick, because then we want to get to Beverly Hills. And I still want to hear your thoughts on Jeff Lewis. If you think Rick and Kelly are supposed to be on Jeff Lewis Live next Friday. They had already said. I think he'll absolutely keep her on there. I think he wants her on there more than ever since she went through this big feud. It's great for him. And I think he's always going to support her no matter what. He's never going to, as much as people bitch and moan about Patty Stanger and he still had her on for Valentine's Day, right? He's always going to have his people on. I'm curious though, if Newsmax 2 or the app or whatever he's on, I'm curious if they're saying something or if they're getting backlash about Rick, because he's not on like the main news. He's on like an app, you can't like record it or anything. It's very different. But after he made that video yesterday, he's like, oh, we're not going to talk about her, and then we're going to talk about it on Patreon. And then he comes up and puts it up yesterday. I'm like, you know exactly what you're doing. You know what I mean? What else? But I am curious if Newsmax is going to do anything. Okay. Can't believe I just got to this. The very end of Beverly Hills is where it really got shocking. The conversation with Sutton and Erika and Denise Richards. But I did watch season 15, episode 10. It starts off, they're still in the Hamptons at Rachel friend's Hamptons house, because I guess her parents' house was busy. So it's her and Kyle and Dorit, Rachel's sister, and then the friend. So I think they're either all going through a divorce or have been divorced, definitely on the prowl, definitely sexy, ready for a hot girl summer, all the things. They go to this like daytime, it looked like something spring breakers would do. Like, I have zero interest in what they were doing. It was like a party. Even Dorit's like, oh, do you have to put that, wristband here? Can I put it on my purse? And they were like, no, it's on your wristband. And then they go out dancing later that night, they claim. I'm just like, not for me. You know what I mean? Could care less about that. Just Call Me Doyle says, but everything is just expensive in LA. Stop for water could cost you $20. Yeah, but I've been to LA and I've been to Sight Glass coffee shop and nothing was $75 there. You know what I mean? Like, nothing. And that's LA. We're not going to talk The Traitors because I haven't watched it yet either. So my husband and I will watch the latest episode this weekend, and then we'll talk about it on Monday's Reality Water Cooler. So no spoilers, please, of The Traitors. I also haven't yet watched The Valley. I will watch it, and we'll chat about that on Monday too. Okay. I don't know why Rachel's friend doesn't have a microwave in her fancy Hamptons home. It has to be something with like woohoo, loohoo, radiation or something. I could not function without a microwave. We've been in this house 20 years. I think we've only replaced the microwave once, maybe twice, not sure. I'm on like my fourth dishwasher. Probably my third or fourth washing machine, about to buy a new washing machine. And it's only 5 years old, barely 5 years old this month. And anyways, but I could not function without a microwave. So Honey May says her husband says to say hi. Hey, Honey May's husband. Oh, don't start nothing. Says, I find Beverly Hills to be very underwhelming, slow and uneventful. That's why I got distracted. And I went to look for something, and then I saw some Easter decorations. I'm like, oh, I'm going to put these Easter decorations. I am normally someone that has to focus. I cannot like do laundry and eat and watch a TV show. I got to hear everything they're saying. I can't walk out of the room. I'm not casual about it all. Also, I write notes, right? I take my little social media gig very seriously. I take notes to chat with y'all about. So it's a lot of work. And but I got distracted because I was like, whatever. And then at the very end, I heard Denise tell us that Aaron has hit her twice very recently when she had the surgeries. And then at the very end about Erika. It was crazy. I was like, oh my God. Oh, they are? Gay says, isn't that coming up? What is this, February 20th? They're filming the Jeff Lewis Live Phoenix show, and Kelly must be involved with that. I would think so, because she said something about going out and having like a meeting almost with Shane and Jeff Lewis the other night. You know what I mean? It did sound like she's got something in the works. I don't know. I could see, I would love to find out that Andy Cohen put his foot down and just made Jeff Lewis cut ties with her. But I don't think he will, but Andy Cohen, Jeff is on Andy Cohen, Radio Andy. You know what I mean? So people, Mr. Mopar says, people with YT in their name aren't really going to make it, let's be honest. And then you've got YT at the end of your name. I don't even know what that means. Okay, we don't do politics here. Ugh. Lisa says, I was so happy to see Denise Richards last night. I mean, I wasn't. I didn't think her pants fit well. Those pinks, it takes a lot to wear a pink satin pant. They weren't pulled up all the way. I thought they were a little low in the crotchety area. I'm like, pull up your pants. I thought the top was a little snug. I think it takes a lot for someone to wear satin. That is like a bold choice. I didn't love what she was wearing. And I normally do I sometimes like what she's wearing. But Diamond Cutter says, Jeff is somewhat controversial with his mouth. Somewhat? He and Kelly are made for each other. Oh, yeah, for darn sure. Yeah. Yes. She did already look great. Like, why is Denise getting a full facelift? She didn't get she got a full facelift. She got her boobs redone. Then she put some fat in different places. I mean, she is spending that OnlyFans money for darn sure. Wow. Y'all tell me your thoughts. Kylo says, I think when push comes to shove, Jeff will end his friendship with Kelly before he allows her to screw up his new show and big reboot on Jeff Lewis. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he would. Well, I don't know. Jeff was even saying during the negotiations with everyone that he was, kind of getting tired of the negotiating and like people telling him he couldn't record Sirius XM. Like that was the holdout for them, is he wanted to do that. You know what I mean? Wait, why are y'all saying K Kitty hasn't eaten popcorn in 20 years? That's very true. Lisa didn't. So, they showed like Erika Jane walk in slow motion to the restaurant. Then they showed Sutton walk in slow motion to the restaurant in their outfit. Then they showed Denise Richards walk in slow mo with her outfit. I'm like, oh my God, y'all are ridiculous. For sure. Yes. Diamond Cutter says Denise and her outfits have always been eyebrow raising for me. By the way, I meant to make a story about this. I've got to Google this. How old is Holly Hobby? I just saw something that reminded me of this. A chumpette knows the real Holly Hobby. You know how we were, I saw an 80s thing that was a Holly Hobby lunchbox. And I was like, oh, I'm going to find my picture of my 7th birthday. That was Holly Hobby. Holly Hobby age? Is she really a person? What? Denise Holly Hobby? Is this the person? She's a writer, watercolorist. No, maybe this is not it. Unnamed. She also created the Toot and Poodle series she was born in 1944. So she's still alive. Wow. That's so awesome. Anyways. A chumpette said she's sweet as pie, just like you would think she was. So very sweet. K Kitty says, I rarely eat popcorn and I miss it. But if I do, I buy the pre-bagged popcorn and put it on for the microwave. I was like, what are we talking about popcorn for? Okay. Amanda realizes that the girls don't really take her seriously. But then later, Erika's like, hey, we really want to hear about the cult. So she finally tells us. Y'all had probably already looked up on our website because apparently she was like, the cult story is there. I couldn't understand the timeline. Did anyone know, or does anyone know, at what age did she joined the cult in Oklahoma? The cult pastor moved to Florida. So she and others followed that pastor. And then she realized, I think after about a year and a half, how isolating, controlling, they were taking her money. They didn't want her family around her, all the things that a cult tends to do to control you. And she ran away from it basically after one night. But I think she was there like a year and a half. How old was she then? 34? No, not when that happened. I think she was like high school or something. You know what I mean? Oh, Bridget says that is her. That's so cool. Anyways, that was fascinating. But like I talked about a week or two ago, cults are still an active things on college campuses. They recruit people. They'll have one of the cult members work at Starbucks or work at the local or be in your sorority. I mean, They infiltrate the college kids, and it's a real thing going on right now. Another chumpette years ago had a very scary experience with that, and I'd never even thought of that. Anyways, when Bose and Sutton were like teasing, sorry, I'm looking at the time, about manifesting money, and she's like, Bose is like, well, Amanda manifests money by taking their money. Like, wait, what? Amanda's so cocky. She's like putting down, Erika Jane for using her husband's. I'm like, what would she think of me? I mean, I worked for 6 years of my marriage, a year after our marriage, or into our marriage, and then for 5 years as a teacher, and all the other times I've been a full-time stay-at-home mom. I'm like, okay, is that a bad thing in her eyes? Like, just give me a break. Just because she claims, makes her own money and everyone else is terrible for that. Okay, when they showed the clip, I think we had seen this before. In 2020, they're doing this outside tea house thing, and at Kyle's house in the backyard, and Denise and Aaron leave, and Kyle is like following behind, and she is, Denise is doing the whole, like, the cameras are on us, stop talking, quit turning around, quit talking, the camera's on us. And I was like, ew, that's a weird thing to say. Like, why are you worried about what your husband's going to say? The cameras are on us. And then he says, I'm going to crush your effing hand. They were holding hands at the time. Like, that was alarming. That let everyone know right then again what could be going down. And then she verifies it at the very end. She has an early dinner, it looks like, with Erika and Sutton. And she basically says that he hit her 2 different occasions after she'd had the facelift, so very recently. And that's when she knew that she had to leave and file for divorce. So very sad. And then Erika lets us know that she recently had an abusive relationship, like very recently. So, Tea with Tambo says, dang, doesn't it seem like a lot of it in Oklahoma, past and present? Oh, Colts? Yeah, I don't know why. Bye, J-Dog. Lisa forgot all about watching the Thursdays are busy. And I used to go to Body Pump, but now they changed the class. And I'm always busy on Thursdays anyways now, but they don't have Body Pump on Thursday nights. They have a fast yoga class that I do not like at all. I much prefer Body Pump. Anyways, when Doreen was talking about her type though to Kyle and Rachel at that little restaurant they were at, she was like, I just like someone who has charm and charisma and swag. And I was like, and that's PK? Like, maybe PK has a side to him we're not aware of. They definitely seem much happier the first season or 2 that she was on. And then the last 2 or 3 seasons have really gone to hell in a handbasket, as they call it. Anyways. Okay, we are going to get off soon, though. If anyone has any last-minute questions or comments, we will get to it. If not, have a fantastic weekend. We will chat the Valley Persian Style and the Traders, most recent episodes, on Mondays live at 2 p.m. Eastern. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on my YouTube. The comments stay up, so you can hit the button that says live chat. Then you can see all the comments as we're chatting. They stay up. Instagrams don't. And then you can watch the replay on the video, and then the audio goes up as a podcast anywhere you get your podcast at Sarah from Texas. So anyways, yes, wish everyone a lovely weekend and pray for my voice that it gets better. Anyways, bye, chumpettes. Hey, C-Dog.